Welcome back. We continue live right here. Pittsburgh CW, Bob Pompeani. Gene Collier with you at 412-575-2600. That is the number to call. Let us know what you think about the events coming up. And, Gene, they have 9 games at home here. 4 against the Mets. They're 0-1. I still believe they can come back and win this series 3 in a row. The Mets have not been good, but DeGrom is the one thing they have to watch out for. After that, it's the Cubs and Cardinals. So, realistically, in your mind, what does that 9 games, what does that have to produce for you?
You got to get 6 of those, especially with 3 of them being against the Cubs. That'll be the case with any homestand anytime. But now you're getting into later into a season when you think you can still do something. So I would say 6, which means 7 of the next, or rather 6 of the next 8.
That's what it would mean. Pretty good addition there by Gene Collier. You're always going to get the top-notch arithmetic on this show.
Yeah, 566 in math on the SATs, I'm telling you.
All right, let's go to the lines. We'll find out what Tom has to say in Forest Hills. Tom, welcome to the Sports Call. How are you?
How you doing? I'm glad to meet Gene Scrub Emeritus. And my issue is this talk about trading Mercer. I just think this is beyond the pale to trade this guy. He should be a lifetime Pirate. He's a Gene Alley, steady.
I think you're giving him too much credit. He's steady, but he's not as steady as you think. He's 21st among Major League shortstops in fielding percentage and range.
I don't care.
I like him, but he's due for a lot of money too, or at least a raise that they're probably not willing to give him.
Yeah, but he deserves to be here because he, exemplifies what a Pirate is to me. You got, Marte and Polanco digging fingers in their nose out there where...
Well, hey, listen, bottom line is
on the ball.
It comes down to finances. And for him to be a lifetime Pirate, he's been very nice here, but to me, Gene, he's going to be a victim of his own salary. They're not going to get into free agency. They would like to get something for him. They have guys in the system who they believe in. They have the Kevin combination down there and Newman and Kramer, who eventually be your shortstop and second base combination, it looks like.
Yeah, some of their better prospects are middle infielders, and Jordy's starting to make a lot of money. He's a nice player. Jordy Mercer's a winning player in my view, but not whatever he's going to be, a $10 million player.
Line 1 we go. It's Finleyville, our destination. David is on the line. What's up, David?
Hi, Bob. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Can you guys see the Steelers beating New England in the December matchup without Shazier in the lineup? I'll hang up and listen to you.
Well, that's a long way off, and there's a lot that can happen. Injuries, I mean, you're looking way down. I think it clearly is New England the team to beat once again. I don't care who they lost. Brandon Cooks is now a member of the Rams, but they still have guys who can get down the field. They bring back Mitchell. Hogan's very good. They add Edelman back. Amendola left to Miami, but you put a healthy Edelman in there. He's the go-to guy. And then Gronkowski, Gene. How do you not like the New England Patriots as the team going into this as the team to beat?
I think they are the team to beat, Bob, but I'll tell you what. I'm not going to say anything about the New England Patriots until the Steelers beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, which comes up November 17th. Prior to that, the Browns come up September 9th. Let's see if they can win that one.
The Browns are talking big up there in Cleveland. Jarvis Landry said today he believes they can win a Super Bowl. Now, keep in mind they are 1-31 in their last 2 seasons. He's pretty optimistic, but he's probably just saying, he gave him a lot of money, so he's saying the right things.
September 9th. Let's take one thing.
But you know what? It's going to be, it won't be easy. It never is for the Steelers in Cleveland, especially in openers. It seems like they struggle.
The Browns played the Steelers as well as anybody last year, except the Jaguars.
Right, where the Jaguars, and that's another team you should look at in the AFC, although I'm not so sure Blake Bortles is the guy that, they signed him for 3 years, Gene, and that to me told me they kind of had to, but they didn't really want to.
Oh, you mean instead of a 5-year? Mm-hmm. I get that.
All right, let's go out to the lines again. We got Mike in Charleroi. Excuse me for that cough. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hey, hi, Bob. Thank you for taking my call. I'm not calling to complain about players or teams or anything. I'm calling to complain about the deteriorating circumstances of the sports announcers, particularly Joe Block and John Wayner from the Pirates and other sports personalities, including talk show hosts and so forth.
Well,
it drives me crazy how they're saying "I mean" all the time. I mean. I have to put them on mute when they're on the air together.
I mean,
for.
Well, we're not going to get into that topic. I mean is maybe one of your trite trophy winners. I mean, wouldn't it be?
And I'm saying.
I'm saying.
That's the other one.
And at Did in that ever win?
That's a localism.
That's a localism.
You can't win the trite with an at. My gosh, we don't have enough trophies.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you about our Ruth's Chris Sizzling Shot. I told you
Please.
about that, and before I do anything else, let me tell you
tease.
about that. Yes, because we have a winner, and this is the second time we've had Glengarry Golf Club as a winning location. Our winner from today is Joe Bernarding. So, Joe, congratulations.
There you go, Joe.
Yes, Ruth's Chris Sizzling Shot. He had a 5, let's see what he had. Hole number 5, not sure what he used. Oh, it says here a rescue 4, 148 yards, right in the hole. Gene, have you ever had a hole-in-one?
Yeah, right through the clown's mouth and out the back. One stroke. Yeah.
There you go.
Several times, actually.
Let's go out to Carl in Carnegie. Hey, Carl, how are you?
Hey, fellas, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
I want to talk a little bit about the Steelers. We're coming around to that magical time every year. Everybody's all excited and happy we're back in camp. But I feel like it's going to end just like last year, man, with a lot of disappointment because there's so many holes in that defense. I mean, the secondary for once is getting better, but that D-line and that linebacking core, wow, it's just very
it
upsetting.
depends. There are a lot of keys, like you said, in the absence of Ryan Shazier, who's really irreplaceable in the way they play in terms of speed. But they're going to need a collective effort of guys, almost like a hybrid attempt, Gene. You're going to see guys from safety moving up to play linebacker, linebackers dropping back, confusion, whatever they can do to try to confuse people and also, more importantly, not have communication miscues. Because last year they, after games, would talk about being on the wrong page, blown coverages. It's one thing for a guy to beat you down the field. Give him props for that, but it's another thing to have guys in the wrong position. And how many times have we seen receivers just wide open down the field?
Well, absolutely. I mean, anyone like our caller who expresses concern about the Steelers' defense is really right on target. I mean, they have problems at every level of the defense. It'll be interesting, as you said, Bob, to see what they do in that secondary, moving safeties up and back. You know, some years ago, probably, I don't know, in the 80s, I guess, Penn State had a defensive position called hero, which was a combination strong safety linebacker type player. You might see a lot more of that in the NFL, at least you know, in the part of the NFL that is dressed in black and gold.
One note coming out, you know, we haven't heard anything from Le'Veon Bell. We know he's not going to be there, but apparently he is not going to be running at St. Vincent College again for the second year in a row, but he will be rapping. He tweeted tonight, coming in soon, quote, "My Side of Things," a rap song, a new one for Le'Veon Bell. So it will tell his
to drop.
It was,
Get that lingo, Bob?
I like that lingo. That's impressive for someone like you.
For that to drop.
Yeah, it's going to drop soon. Yeah. We're going to drop to a break, and we'll come back with more of your calls, 412-575-2600. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here live on Pittsburgh CW.